What's good, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can. How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, doing pretty good. How about you doing? How about you,
Good,
bro? How
good,
about you?
good. Thank you, man. So, sorry, just real quick intro. What's good, everybody? This is Imprecisely. Welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Jordan Valenzuela, and right now we got another special guest, good friend of mine. He's like a Mr. Olympia, pretty much. Bryson, how you doing, bro?
Wannabe. Good, I'm good.
How you been, bro? First of all, man, thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it, man, for you taking the time
It's a
to
pleasure.
kick it with me, talk to me real quick. So just right off the bat, how's everything? How you doing? Quarantine made you lose your mind already, or?
Nah, not really. You know, I was always a homebody anyway, so I didn't mind staying at home more
Right.
often than usual. Other than the quarantine weight, as you can probably tell from my face.
Negative, bro. So yeah, just for people who, just a quick background for people who don't know, I met you at the gym. I think
Yeah.
2015 is when I started, and we've just been best friends ever since.
Secret love. No, 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 no.
No, yeah, man. So you do compete in bodybuilding competitions, right?
Men's physique. Yeah.
Men's physique, right? So that's board shorts, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Classic is Speedo.
No, bodybuilding is speedo.
Bodybuilding
Classic.
Speedo.
Classic is what's called posing trunks. So
Okay.
it's kind of a little bit bigger than speedo.
Okay. Yeah, I never really knew the difference. I was just like, is it like I just knew the categories were like there's Speedo, there's board shorts, and then I just never really was familiar with what it's called. But before we get into all that, let's just take it back real quick. Like, when did you start working out and like regularly, religiously, like we do nowadays, and why? Like, how old were you when did you start?
Well, I started working out, I want to say back in 2012, maybe 2012, 2013, around there. And then I started getting really serious about it around 2014, 2015. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry, bro. I don't mean to cut you off, but like, there's a bit of a glare. You mind if you can tilt your screen for a little bit?
Give me 1 second.
Cool. Perfect. Yeah. So you started working out in, you said 2012, 2013?
Around there, around the ending of 2012. Yeah.
Had you not lifted at all prior to that, or you were just kind of, it was like seriously when you started, like every day religiously type of thing in 2012?
Prior to that, really no lifting experience. I mean, I've gotten a gym trial at the Croc Center
Mm-hmm.
once prior to that, but I've had zero experiences with lifting weights.
Oh, wow. So is there any specific reason you started working out, or kind of just you just fell in the gym one day and were like, oh, I love this?
So I'm pretty sure you're familiar, like how a bunch of other guys are familiar with the term breakups create bodybuilders. So that's what really started it for me. Was I went through a breakup and I needed something to help keep my mind off of it,
Mm-hmm.
and so I just started working out, and I was like, hey, this is cool, this is fun.
Wow. So a breakup did it for you. That's what
Yeah,
got you in the gym.
yeah,
Dang. Revenge bodies is what they call it, right? Something like that.
something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. So on a on like a mental health level, how much did that help you, like, uh, recuperate and kind of overcome and recover from the breakup? Just so
Oh,
you, like, having an outlet to, physically let the stress out.
oh, tremendously. It was a huge amount. If I wasn't keeping myself busy somehow, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I was probably gonna go crazy.
Right.
So I had to do something.
No, I feel you. Now, was it like did you have anybody kind of train you or guide you, or you just kind of went through the motions and kind of just figured out your own routine, figure out your own lifts, your own schedule, your own workouts? or did you have some guidance along the way? Anybody give you any like tips?
So I had some guidance. At first, had some of my coworkers go to the gym with me because they wanted to work out also. So I started going with them, and then I I hit up one of my good friends, Justin. You actually know Justin.
Oh
He
yeah,
goes to
yeah,
the also. Yeah.
right.
So he actually helped me out a lot in the beginning, because he was always in shape
Hmm.
also. He looked good already as it is. So he helped guide me, gave me tips and all that. So I'm really grateful for that.
Nice, nice. He was there from the jump, or you were kind of on your own at first, and then he kind of just helped you out, showed up.
Um, he kind of jumped in like a little bit after. When he found out that I was working out,
Hmm.
he was like, "Yo, we should hit up the gym together sometime." I was like, "Cool, let's do it."
I see.
And then took off from there.
Nice, nice. So did it take long for you to like was it like when you first started? Because like I go every day, sometimes twice a day, and I'm there like all day, and then I see you all the time. So that means you're there every day, sometimes twice a day, all day. So
Right,
like,
right.
was it like that from the beginning, or like was like when you first started, it was like, oh, you went once a week and then twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, and then, or you were already going every day once you signed up?
So I was going at least three or four times a week. I would go after I get off of work,
Hmm.
with my coworkers. Since we work on posts, we could use the gyms on a military basis for free. So we always go there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. One of my first experiences in an actual gym was actually gyms on base. Like my uncles who are military and stuff, they just pull me in. And, like I remember, every Sunday, like our church is in Wahiwa, and then my uncle is like retired army. So there's this one base near Wahiwa, not Schofield. It's kind of like going towards Mililani.
HMR.
So I think so. Yeah, yeah. So we play basketball every Sunday after church over there, and then right next to it is a weight room. So we'd always hit the weights right after, or like if I wasn't really feeling like playing, my cousin uncle and I were playing, I'd just go hit the weights or something like that. So yeah, one of my first experiences working out for real with legitimate machines and weights was on base too, actually. So yeah, was you did you are you comfortable sharing like your because like me, I was a little. There were points in my life where I was a little more heavy set, and I was like, man, I gotta do, something's gotta
Right, right, right. No,
change.
yeah, yeah. I understand. I understand.
Right, right, right.
Um, so growing up, I was
If you're
always a
comfortable
fat.
talking about that,
Oh no, definitely. It's
cool,
all
cool.
over my Instagram also.
Oh, nice,
Um,
nice. It's
you
part of
know,
the journey, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Nah, as I was saying, I was always a fat kid in the family and in my group of friends. So it, and I knew that I had to do something about it. So I took that breakup
Mm-hmm.
and I turned it into something, positive. So I started losing weight. I changed my diet, started working out.
Mm-hmm.
In the span of 3.5 months, 4 months maybe from when I started, I went from 190 pounds, 195 to about 150, maybe 145 at the lowest.
Wow. In three
Yeah,
months?
3.5 months at
Wow.
least.
Wow, dude. Yeah, man. I remember like me, I had different phases. And like in elementary, I was fat. And then middle school, it was like
Yep.
in middle school, I got skinny because it was basketball in the morning, recess, lunch, after school, and then I had karate every day. So it was just straight cardio all day, every day for like my entire middle school and early high school. And then high school, I started lifting. I kind of got into some shape, and then after high school, I got fat again because it's like, just when you get a job and you have a license, all you do is
And you got money.
exactly. You go out and eat all the time, and you have friends who do that too, and it's just like that's all you do. And then yeah, and then I started going to the gym regularly, and then I'm at where I'm at now. So it's like, up and down, different phases. I was changing. My body was changing like seasons, dude. I was like, so
No, that's how it is. That's how it is.
yeah, yeah. Actually, what started it for me, because I was always like, before I signed up to the gym, I was like lifting at home all the time because I just always had like my uncle's OG set of weights. It went through family members, and then it ended up in my lap, ended up in my possession. So I always had stuff at home. So I'd always like maintain what I had, but not really seriously. And then I think one of the what kicked it off for me was, I think one time after church, one of my cousins, she was like she was like so straight up in the parking lot. She was like, "Hey, you got fat." I was like, "Dang." I was like, in the moment I was just like, "Geez." And then after that, I was like, it's not like it like really got to me where it depressed me. I was just like, "Huh, I don't disagree. I'm gonna do something about it," you know?
Right, right.
I have to ask though, because like I always go by this. I always abide by this principle, by this code that like motivation gets you started, but
Yeah,
discipline is what keeps you going. Because
keeps you going. Yeah,
you're not always going to be motivated. Sometimes you'll feel lazy or unmotivated, but it's the discipline that drags your butt to the gym to get in a workout that day. So what is it for you, or what moment for you did it just become like second nature? You don't even think about it. Like, did you notice that moment, or it just kind of happened naturally, or like you had to force yourself to be disciplined, or Because for me, there's times where like I get off work and I'm tired and I got stuff to do. I got like a paper to do when I get home, but I still drag myself there and I just squeeze in like an hour, 45, even if it's like half an hour, just do some kind of cardio. Just because I got to a point where I cannot not work out. You know what I mean?
right, right. Exactly. It's like second nature already, where you have to do something physically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, I guess you can say it did kind of come naturally. You know, sorry, excuse me. Because once I got off of work, it was always straight to the gym, and that became routine for me for a while. So yeah, it's just I felt empty if I didn't do anything, like if I didn't work out that day, you know. And then of course when I started getting into competing, that's when discipline really had to take over,
Yeah.
because yes, I can go to the gym and work out, but that's not even half of the story. Of course you need to watch what you're eating and all that. Your sleep is important. Just got to track everything.
Right. And going back to what we were talking about earlier, because you started working out because you went through a breakup and you needed an outlet, and it obviously did a lot for your mental health. Would it make sense? Would it be fair to say because you benefited from working out and because you were able to overcome your breakup from exercise and just heal and help with the mental health aspect of it, it's like because you experienced all these benefits and this relief and healing from it, these are all great things. So it's like, why would you stop? Even if you're okay now and you got over your moment, your season of sadness and being down, it's like this outlet provides so much positivity for you physically and mentally. Even if you're in a good place now, it's like, why would you stop, right?
Exactly. And as I say, it is like second nature. Like I feel empty if I don't work out.
Mm-hmm.
you know Except for during quarantine, this is kind of different. I don't know. I haven't really worked out like like seriously since quarantine happened. I haven't really been to the gym. Let me rephrase this. I haven't worked out seriously in the gym since February.
Wow.
I've gone to work out,
Mm-hmm.
at my cousin's house, at my friends' places, all that, but nothing like how I'm used to doing.
Mm-hmm. No, I
You
feel
know,
you. For me, it's like, yeah, like I was saying earlier, like I have everything. Not everything, but I have more than enough. Like I feel blessed. Like, I mean, I have packages arriving online, or I meet up with people and offer up like all the time. And I'm slowly building my home gym a little bit more piece by piece. But I already had like the essentials, like I had a bench, I had
Right.
a squat rack, and then with the bar and the plates I could deadlift to. So I had
Yeah,
that.
yeah, the basics.
Yeah, I had more than enough to like maintain my strength. I had enough weight also in terms of amount of plates and the weight amount and everything. So for me, it's like, man, since this year's been so crazy and like there's been moments where we can't go to the gym, it's different for me because I know a lot of people have it rough and they don't have anything. And me,
Yeah.
I actually, honestly, I have a lot. So it's like when I feel like I don't have an excuse, what's my excuse? I don't have one. So it's just, it's like, yeah, man, like,
Honestly, no one really should have an excuse.
yeah, you got to
There's
get it in
calisthenics,
regardless.
there's body weight workout, or even just go out running. there
Yeah.
shouldn't be an excuse. I mean,
Hmm.
I shouldn't be able to talk, because I'm not doing anything right now. But hey, it's a good break. Letting my shoulder heal.
Yeah. No, for me, yeah, like I definitely agree. Like, there's no excuse. Like, there's things that I have, and then there's things that I don't have. But I would just, I'd find a way, Like,
Right.
for example, before I bought like that power tower where I could do pull-ups and dips and leg raises, I literally put two chairs together. I put 45 plates on the chairs to weigh it down, and I was
And to
using the
do
back of the
dips.
chair for dips. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly,
Yep. I've done that before.
exactly. Yeah, dude. And then even like for example, like I love doing back, right? Like I just did back and buys before we did this podcast. Like for like the lap machine, I had my dad kind of make a contraption, like had a pole, and we bought some cable, and then we had like a pulley with a swivel, and then we used a
Yeah.
chain to
Yeah.
tie the plates, and I'm over there like it just, if you want it, you go get it. Like Stairmaster, we got stairs going up to our backyard. I was holding dumbbells like up and down. Like this, you just got to get creative with it. That's one thing
Yeah.
quarantine like benefited.
Improvise.
Yeah,
Improvise.
yeah, definitely. Um, so after you began your journey of your body transformation, when did it transition to like more of less of doing it just for your health and to stay in shape, and more of, okay, now I want to compete like on stage, and when did that
Um.
transition happen, and how did it click in your mind, like, okay, I gotta make this transition because this is what I want to do?
um. So how it started for me was, back in 2015, my grandpa passed away from cancer.
I'm sorry to hear
And
that.
thank you. Before he passed away, I promised him, that I would do something with this. I would do something with, my working out,
Hmm.
because my grandparents, they've seen my transformation, and you know they they kept complimenting me. Sorry, I can't talk right now.
No,
on
it's all good.
how dedicated I was. So yeah. So I promised him, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna compete. I want you to be proud of me. So I got, I started getting into the mindset like, okay, I gotta do this. This is for him. So 2016 came around. My first competition was actually um was in November,
Hmm.
which is around the time my grandpa passed away. So I was like, all right, perfect timing. This would be an homage to him. I was
Hmm.
like, all right, let's get it. So I don't know if you remember Cassidy. He used to work at the Waikata UFC. Now he's at Kailua. He was one of
um
the membership specialists.
oh yeah, I do.
Yeah. So that's, I hit him up. I was like, hey, I need a coach. Do you know someone? So he set me up with one of the coaches there at Waikele, Coach Hammond. And because Hammond, he's competed before also. He's done 4 competitions. So he hooked me up with him, and then we just went from there. You know, he knew that it was gonna be a rough because the way my body looked. When I first started, I wasn't in the best shape.
Hmm.
I was stocky. So I had the muscles, yeah, but I also had a lot of fat over it. So
Right.
we work hard, and we just I just kept it in my mind like, this is for grandpa, this is for grandpa, I'm doing this for you.
Hmm.
You know, there were days where I did want to give up, you know, but I didn't. I just had to keep going.
Right. Did man, I I since I've became friends with more people who actually compete, because going to the gym, especially UFC Waikele, or I feel like UFC in general, it's, yeah, like it literally have it as one of their slogans. It's more of a community than a gym. Like there's no egos. I think that's partly because it's a martial arts gym. Nobody can really
Yeah.
act high maka maka with their nose in the air, because there's a cage and mats right there, and everyone has gloves. So like there's no egos at that gym. It's like checked at the door for the most part. But yeah,
Right.
but like, yeah, like I've made so many friendships, and I've met so many different people who've become good friends and all that from the gym. And a lot of people that I've met were already or became bodybuilders, and not just regular bodybuilders, but like competing bodybuilders like yourself. And then just after getting to know more of these people throughout the years and following them on social media and having conversations with them, I gained like a whole new respect for bodybuilders. Like I'll be in the
Yeah.
gym, I'll do a workout. If I'm trying to, because everyone sees the end product, right? Like they see the full blown body with the tan and the cheering crowds, but they don't understand like how long that takes, like
Yeah.
between shows, and it doesn't just happen overnight. And then like even just like after doing a set, I'll have my girlfriend or my friend or somebody like take a picture of me or record me, and like dude, just what I noticed too, because I do holds after sometimes, depending on the workout. When I hold the position or hold the flex or hold the muscle, oh bro, it hurts after. It's like doing an extra 10, 15 reps. And so I imagine you guys doing it, having to smile. And then it's like you're holding that position, and like dude, that for me, like I just gained so much more respect. Just it's a lot that goes into it that people don't understand. Like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like for physique, we're only on, like, we have our individual routines.
Mm-hmm.
For physique, mental physique, we're only doing our individual routines for 10 seconds. After that, it's comparisons where everyone's on the stage at the same time. For classic physique and bodybuilding, they're on there for a minute during their routine, and I give them props because they gotta be creative. They gotta, of course, when it comes to posing, you gotta show your strengths and hide your weaknesses.
Mm.
So with classic physique and bodybuilding, it's kind of like dancing when they're doing their routines.
Mm.
They gotta be smooth with it. They can't be too stiff because we actually get judged on that too.
Oh yeah, like the posture and everything.
Yeah. Like you don't want to look robotic as we transition from one pose to another.
Right.
I mean, you've seen me pose in the gym. Everyone sees me posing in the gym.
Yeah, where you just walk in. You're like, you're already posing, man. You didn't even start.
Yep, man. No, yeah, posing is a really big part of competing.
Mm-hmm. Just before just for my own sake of knowing, and for anyone else who would want to know, just because I'm kind of incompetent in this world and I haven't been to a show. I've seen I've seen clips on YouTube and on social media, but I haven't actually attended a show, so I'm not really familiar with the judging criteria and the process and the rules and how they decide a winner and what that's like. So what, like, how does it work? Like, just from a basic ground zero level, like, what do they judge you on? How do they critique you on an individual level? And when everyone's on stage, or what do they look for? Blah, blah, blah.
So of course, size is the main thing. Size and conditioning. For men's physique, you don't want to be too big and you don't want to be too lean. You want that, like, that beach body sort of look. You know, and of course, symmetry. It got to be even. The muscles got to be even both sides. Same thing with bodybuilding and classic physique. Except the differences for bodybuilding and classic physique, they can be bigger, they can be leaner. They can be those freaks of nature that everybody wants to see, that that no one can accomplish. Not no one, but it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to accomplish that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they judge us on. And of course, as I said, the posing is a really big one. Posing is pretty much what makes you or break you kind of thing. That's why, I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but that's why I think I do so well. It's because I can pose.
Right.
That's why I'm always in the gym posing. It's because I'm practicing.
Right. Yeah, no, it's not arrogance, man. It's confidence, Like I notice sometimes, like, I have a lot of friends who like, we have a lot of friends who, like, they're always in the gym posing, and they're always they'd be in the room shirt off or walking around, and it's not typically common at a gym because it may come off as arrogant. And I admit, at first, just being like unknowledgeable of like what it takes and what it is to be a bodybuilder. Yeah, at first I was like, oh, like, I personally wouldn't do that. Or like, yeah, it may come off as arrogant, but like as I got to be friends with these people and I got to know them, that's part of it. Practicing the posing. It's not just you lift, you look good, and then boom, they judge you. Like, you have to know how to present it. So you have to practice the posing. And then that's when I gained respect a lot more. I'm like, oh man, yeah, like, yeah, it looks different. Like this muscle looks different if you like tilt this way a little bit, lean forward, lean back, turn it this way. Like actually, it's pretty intricate. And there's a lot of details that people take for granted. They just think there's just big muscle freaks going up there and just flexing. Like, no, it's actually really meticulous. Like how you guys
Like a lot of
present
hard
your
work
body.
went into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Would you say, so did someone help you like produce a posing routine, or you kind of just made it up yourself?
No, my coach, he helps me. He gives me some tips. He'll critique me and all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he, he'll help me um, pinpoint, I should say, like where my weak spots are. So we'll try to either work around it or hide it. So when I was working with my coach, we pose, we do a posing session like maybe once every 2 weeks, just to kind of see where we're at, how can I improve, what can I improve on.
Right. What was the name of the show you did?
So the first one was Paradise Cup.
Mm-hmm.
That was at Blaisdell back in 2016. And then my second show was exactly 3 years ago today.
Mm-hmm.
Was the Aloha Muscle.
That's the one that you took first place.
I took first place in that one. Yeah.
Nice. Trophy, ribbon, bag of protein.
I got the trophies right there.
Are they within arm's reach?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, go ahead, show them off, go flex them. Yeah, you know how there's different like I mean, people work out for different reasons, right? But for the people who participate in competition, there's different types of competition, right? There's the bodybuilding, there's the powerlifting, et cetera, et cetera. So what made you decide, okay, bodybuilding and the posing, and that's the route I'm gonna go? Because you're strong, dude. You could powerlift if you want. You could enter competitions if you want.
Yeah.
I just feel like you
has told me that.
I just feel like you have a 12-pack that should be seen. So it's like, that's why.
So a lot of my friends at the gym,
mm-hmm.
A lot of my friends from the gym are powerlifters.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be a little different.
Right.
And I was always curious about the life of a bodybuilder. I've always wanted to look good. I mean, yeah, I like being strong a lot more,
mm-hmm.
but I want to be different from my friends. How can it be different? And I was like, hey, look, let me try to really shred weight and see how I can look peeled. Get to a really low body fat percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Because as I said earlier, I grew up being a fat kid, so I wanted to change that.
Right. What do you call that? What do you feel is the most difficult? I mean, a lot of people would say the nutrition part, but like, because you compete, obviously a lot of work and specific work has to go in with the actual working out aspect. Do you feel like it's the same amount of difficulty, or like nutrition outweighs difficulty more than the working out, or vice versa, or it's kind of the same, or 50, 60, 40?
It's about, for me, it's about 80-20, 80% nutrition, 20% exercise.
Right.
Anyone can go and work out,
mm-hmm.
But if you're not feeding your body properly, what are you working out for?
Yeah.
I can go work out, have a great workout session. If I go and eat a Big Mac after, that just defeated the whole purpose. I mean, yeah, I'm feeding my muscles because I'm getting a lot of protein and carbs, but if you want to lose weight, you can't be eating like that. So you need to fuel your body properly to what your goal is.
Agreed. I totally agree. Sometimes I get on my friends or my mom even, or somebody, just
exactly.
like we just worked out. Why are you eating fries right now? And then it pisses me off when I got friends who are like have a high metabolism and they could pound a pizza prior to the workout, and then McDonald's
Nah,
after the workout, and
honestly,
they have abs.
they're the in my opinion, those guys are the unlucky few because they have a high metabolism. It's harder for them to put on size. You know,
True, true.
for someone like you and I, we can put on size easily.
Yeah.
I feel like it's easier to cut the weight
Mhm.
rather than put it on.
True, true. That brings me to like the question, like I always not always ask, but not always answer for people, but like just people always ask me like, because like I'm not like I'm at a point where like I keep my strength, but like I'm starting to lean out because like I just how much martial arts training I do and like basketball and the cardio and all that, but like I always go heavy every time. So like for you, I respect you a lot because there's a reason for it, and you do it better than a lot of most people I know. But like me, I don't have like I don't have seasons where I need to cut and then I need to bulk. I just kind of like maintain the strength and the look year round if I can. But you
Right.
because you get to a point where you have to get your body to a certain place and then you want to pack on muscle and then get it back to that place, but now with more muscle. I respect that a lot. Like the discipline and the diet, and then how you change up the workout regimen, where it's like more weight, less reps, more reps,
Yeah.
less weight. Like describe that process for somebody who doesn't really. I know people like me. They maintain what, and they always strive for stronger and looking better. But for the most part, they keep it year round, as opposed to someone like you who goes through the bulking and cutting phases because you
Right.
compete. Like that's explain that process and where your mind goes every single time and how you have to switch things up.
So the way it is for me, the way I do it, like I'll plan ahead of what competition I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have, say a year away from that competition, I'm like, all right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend the next, 7 to 8 months either maintaining or putting on some size, depending on how I'm looking at the time. So, I would bulk up. Of course, I would eat more food because I want to gain some weight. And then the training is different from bulking and cutting. So with bulking, um, what I'll do typically is I'll get into not get into, but I'll do either a powerlifting or power bodybuilding kind of program. So because in my opinion, I feel like powerlifting is one of the best ways you can put on size, and there
Mm-hmm.
has been studies that prove it. Your most, especially for your chest, your shoulders, and your back, those muscles respond a lot better to low reps, heavy weight. You know, the legs, on the other hand, is totally different. The legs respond better to moderate weight to high with high reps. So that's what I would do, as I'm bulking to really put on size. Now, when I'm cutting, of course, the best way um, to cut to maintain your muscle, because when you cut weight, you're gonna lose muscle regardless,
Mm-hmm.
unless you do um, steroids. Um,
Right.
um, with cutting, it is a little bit different. Of course, you can't go heavy anymore, otherwise, you risk injuring yourself. So drop the weight a little bit and increase the reps to really get that cardiovascular endurance going. You know, um, and of course the cardio increases a lot on cutting. You're supposed to do cardio while you're bulking also. My
Mm-hmm.
coach always tells me that, but I don't listen to him on that aspect. When I'm bulking, I don't do any cardio at all. Sorry, coach.
Cardio, you mean more reps faster?
Right. Lift weights faster. Okay, let's do this.
Wow.
But yeah, so that's how it goes typically for me.
You know how you had that where when you first like lost all that weight and you dropped, what was it, 40, 50 pounds? What is your weight range from when you're in a bulking phase and then when you cut? Because I know because yeah, like it's easy to put on weight, and then you can
Yep.
get when you power lift and you power bodybuild and you're in the bulking season, you can get your weight up here, and then when
Yep.
you cut, bro, sometimes I don't even recognize you. you know, so I'm like, yo, how like what's your weight difference if you can put that in perspective? Like how much do you weigh
So
when you're bulking and then cutting, and how do you
so for
feel?
both competitions, um, for both the competitions, I started prep weighing around 165, 170,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would do like a 4-month cut. I would go from 170, and I would step on stage at 133, 135. Right now I'm sitting at a comfy 190. This,
Yes.
I took the last. Originally, I was going to take 2 years off to put on some size,
Mm-hmm.
and I got busy with work, so I couldn't really compete last year like how I wanted to. And shit happened, and then of course now quarantine happened. So, and I'm not working out at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I put on. I'm heavier than what I'm used to being. But as I said, there's no excuse for that.
Right. I don't mean to keep switching gears on you quick, but just I forgot to ask this earlier. When I was asking you about like the criteria for judging and all that and what they look for, just because I'm not familiar with it, is it like how does it work? Is it by like height, weight class, or like what's the categories?
So for physique, for men's physique, we and classic physique also, it goes by height.
Hmm.
So I'm in the short class because being Asian, we're short. So yeah, for physique it goes by height. And then bodybuilding it goes by weight. There's lightweight, light heavyweight, and all that. For classic physique, it's either short or tall. You're in the short class or the tall class.
What's the cutoff point for when you enter tall?
For classic physique, I believe the cutoff point is 5'7". I want to say 5'7", 5'8", around there. For men's physique, there's 4 classes. There's A, B, C, and D. So for me, I'm in class A. That's the shortest class. The cutoff is 5'5", which is where I'm at. So I'm just barely at the cutoff. So I'm in class A. For class B in physique, the cutoff is 5'8", 5'9". For class C, the cutoff is 6'2", 6'3", and then class D is everything above.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back to something you said earlier because I'm just interested in asking. You know how you said you personally and your coach, you want, I mean, in terms of even just competing, what they look for and what you want to portray. What do you feel? You know how you said like you want to show off your strengths and hide your weaknesses.
Yeah.
You personally, what do you feel like are your strengths and your weaknesses that you have to quote unquote hide in terms of your body when you're competing?
So for my first competition, my weakness was actually my back. My back sucked. So of course, there's really no way to hide that, because it's a back. They're gonna have to see it.
Right.
So, one way to help accommodate with that is to give it the illusion of having a bigger back. So that's pretty much, imagine doing like a lat pull down and just resting your arms to the side. That's how you give yourself the appearance of a bigger back. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the term ILS, imaginary lat syndrome. That's pretty much where you walk around with all big lats and all that.
There's some people who walk around with ILS.
Yeah. That's pretty much the way to show that you have big lats. That's
Mm-hmm.
So that's all we had to do. To me, my strength was always my shoulders. Shoulders was always my favorite body part to train.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cake for me to show off.
Yeah.
Going into my second competition, my back improved a lot. So I want to say my back was my strong point for my second competition.
Oh wow! So totally switched.
Yeah, and
Nice.
because I focused a lot on my back, between
Mm-hmm.
those two competitions, and then my shoulders actually became my weakest point after that.
Oh, so both switched.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, my shoulders wasn't bad, it
Right.
wasn't bad. It was still good. It's just not like as good as it should have been.
Oh, okay.
So to help kind of accommodate for that, the way to make your shoulder pop, what we do is we take our thumb and we'll drive it into our side, and that'll push our shoulders, like that'll kind of activate the muscles. No, go ahead, give it a try. Like grab your thumb and just push it into your hip.
Oh, you can't see it in this angle. I can't really move right
Yeah,
now.
but yeah, so that's one way to make it really pop out and
Hmm.
show that you have bigger shoulders.
Oh, interesting. That's cool how they just swap places in terms of your strength and
Yeah,
weakness. So you said shoulders are your favorite body part of the train. Is it still shoulders? Because for me, like, I don't know if I had a favorite body part to train. I definitely had different sections of my body that I enjoyed training more. Like
right.
like chest was just natural and easy. It got to the point where like I was so strong with chest, I almost didn't enjoy it. It's just I got to do it. And then
Yeah, yeah.
there'd be legs, right? Before I like, oh man, legs. And, shoulders and back was always fun. And then as I've matured and as I've gotten older and as I've grown, I learned to just I love everything. I enjoy everything. When people ask me what's your favorite thing to train, I can't answer. Maybe maybe legs slightly under everything else, but I've matured and grown, and I thoroughly genuinely enjoy everything. So for you, is shoulders still your favorite?
Yes and no. Um, yes, because for me, shoulders is what really completes a physique.
Mhm.
That's the first thing I'll notice is you know the shoulders.
Right.
Um, but the reason why I kind of hate training shoulders because I have a bad shoulder now. So because
Oh, do
from
you?
years of improper lifting, so it hurts. Like sometimes right now it's kind of uncomfortable for me to even go like this.
Oh, no way. You got injured recently?
Oh no, this I've always had a bad shoulder.
Mm.
From when I was in my ego lifting phase. I wanted to show off, be like, hey, I went too heavy one time and I just fucked it up, and I didn't let it heal properly.
Yeah.
So
Man, ego lifting is that's a real thing, dude.
it really is,
I
it really is, and I am guilty of doing it at one point. I'll admit.
No, man. I mean, I personally can say I've never ego lifted because I don't care what any bro like for me it's like always safety and injury. That's why like every time I've trained cousins or friends or my girlfriend and either I was helping them for the first time or I was helping them get serious or I was helping them with something specific. Every time they get in a phase where they're starting to every time they get in a phase where they're starting to feel ashamed or I know they're pushing it when they can't really do it, I'd literally yell in the gym. I was like, man, forget everybody in here. Who cares? You don't know these people. Like
Right, right,
you're here for you. They're like
right,
I feel like ego lifting happens so much and like bro, like honestly, like nobody cares. Like we're here for ourselves. I mean, most people. Like the way I look at it is like, dude, I'm paying for this. I'm paying for my membership. I'm not gonna waste my time in here impressing these people I don't know and probably will never meet or be friends with anyway. Like they're here focused on them. So I tell my cousins and friends and stuff all the time that I live with, like, dude, what they think of you and how they are, that's not gonna improve your muscle mass or your body goals. Like everyone starts somewhere, like, and everyone works out for different reasons. Like, you're not
right.
gonna be like Bryson and have an 8-pack overnight. You know what I mean? So like I always tell people like, dude, if you want growth, like nobody can put in the work on your physical body besides you. So right now just cut it and then they end up like yeah, like just adjusting the way like you're gonna first of all you're gonna get injured and then you're not even gonna truly benefit from the lift if you're gonna do half a rep and then now you're tired to do a next set properly with correct weights that are more suitable for you. You just wasted it because there's a chick over there or the homies are watching or there's a big guy in front of you and you feel threatened and intimidated and insecure. Like, dude, you're here for you. You already stepped in here. That's half the battle. Now just focus on you. Like, was
Yeah.
that when did you get out of that ego lifting phase? And were you even aware of it, or did someone tell you and be straight up with you, or how did that how did that change?
Honestly, I don't remember. Um,
You were just always big and I
like
just.
I wish. No. I guess when I like started getting ready for competition,
Hmm.
I had to get myself in check, of course. So I was like, okay, I don't want to fuck this up.
Hmm.
Um, I guess I always really had that competitive mindset, which is why, you know, for me, competing would is good for me, you know. But I always wanted to be better than the next guy. So that's where ego lifting came in. Just wanted to show off.
Mm.
And yeah, do I regret it? Kind of.
I think too, it's all about purpose, right? Like I said, like everybody has different reasons for working out. Some people do it as a hobby. Some people
Yeah.
like legitimately have health issues that they have to start. Like for me, people always ask me like, cause like it's like lift working out is a drug, right? Like you see me, I'm always there. I'm always
Yep.
posting about it. Like I'll lift heavy and then I'll do like a lot of reps, and then I'll do the martial arts training. I'll be hitting bags, sparring, hitting mitts. So people always asking me, dude, are you gonna do like a bodybuilding competition? Because you're really trying to, you're looking lean, or are you gonna do a powerlifting competition? Because I seen you like max out the other day, or are you training for like a fight or a kickboxing match or a grappling tournament or whatever? Because I see you always training. And then like me, I was never the type to. In high school, I did like a bench press competition, which just little I won. Just play. But yeah,
I
yeah,
believe. I believe.
I was never the type to like compete, whether it's bodybuilding, powerlifting, or fight, or in a while anyway. And then I was like, how do I answer this? And then I always came up down to the answer every time people ask me. Honestly, I just want to look good and be able to defend myself. Like that's it. That's what. And I know everyone has different reasons for training. And besides that, for me, I just love it. Like it's more than a hobby. It's a passion. It's I'm always thinking about it when I'm at work. I can't wait to get to it. And like you said earlier, like
Right.
it's a beneficial release. Like I remember one time, like a bunch of my friends or cousins were like at a party or something, and I went for like 10 minutes. It was in Waipahu. And then I was like, man, this is not my scene. I don't feel.
Yep.
And then I literally just drove to Waikele. I had clothes in the car, and I just worked out. And that was the second time that day. That's how much yeah. This is my turn up. This is my workout. This is my release. Like how much does working out religiously like impacted your life where like you can't not work out and you need to because it has so many benefits, mental, physical, all that.
Right. So for me, I'm a huge advocate of mental health. Take care of yourself. Always got to take care of yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and working out is one of the best ways to do that. Since I started working out, as I said, I started working out because of a breakup. So that's helped me a lot. My lifestyle has changed drastically, and that in this 8-year time span. I used to be one of those guys who go out on the car cruises every weekend, go out racing, and all this and that. And I just had to, choose one day. I was like, you know what? I can't keep doing both forever. I need to focus on one. And, working out was always the better release, so to speak. It working out to me is probably the best thing anyone can do, for themselves.
I agree. I agree. It's definitely up there as one of the best ways to take care of yourself. Like, first of all, shout out to speaking of car cruises, just shout out to Larnell, like a mutual
Larnell, yeah,
friend.
my niece gonna say Larnell.
Larnell, if you're watching this, shout out to you, bro. He's a mutual friend of Bryson and I, and like we both have Supras, so I'd be cruising with him sometimes, and then I found out he knew. He was like, "Hey, that's my homie from the gym." So shout out to Larnell. But yeah, I agree, man, because like I work at Kahimuhala, the mental hospital in Ever Beach,
Right.
and one of the groups that the patients, kids, teens, adults, doesn't matter, one of the groups that they are required to do is recreational activities, recreational therapy. And by that, it's usually some kind of physical activity. For adults, it's a little bit more laid back, especially if they're older or have injuries. Like they'll play what is that corn thingy where like it has the
Oh, cornhole.
cornhole. I was gonna say corn husk. They play cornhole, or like there's a swimming pool for teens and kids. Like they'll go out to the field, to the basketball court, to the gym. They actually got like a little weight room. So it's literally proven to be beneficial mentally
Yeah.
as well as physically. And ironically, like, because I'm trying to graduate in December, and I'm majoring in psychology. And my senior paper, is about the benefits of physical exercise and physical activity and how it can aid like mental disorders and mental illness and even possibly
Yeah.
prevent them, especially like anxiety and depression, you know?
Yeah.
Because like whether it's a breakup like what you experienced or just a bad day at work or something just you're having a junk day. Like I've
Dude, working
never
out can turn a day around easily.
definitely I've never felt worse than I went in to the gym after a workout. You know,
Right.
I left it in the gym. I took it out on the weights and I left it in the gym. You know what I mean?
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
You know.
Like I feel like you should feel. A lot of people are sore after the gym, which if you went in, then obviously it's gonna be sore. But like I feel good after. It's a good pain, you know.
It definitely, definitely. You know, Arnold once said, you know, he in one of his interviews, you
Arnold.
know, when he gets up. Yep. You should tell Arnold to do his impression of Arnold. It's hilarious.
Oh, he has one.
Um,
Okay, I'm definitely gonna ask.
like, dude, it's hilarious. Like, it's on point too. But yeah,
Okay.
so Arnold did one interview when he was still bodybuilding. You know, he said something like how when he has, you know, the pump, it's like he's coming. You know. Yeah.
I think it was
So,
CT Fletcher too. He said, "Man, there's like one thing I love just as much as my family. It's working out." And that was gonna lead me to my next question. You know, as I've gotten older and as I've gotten more serious and more mature with working out, um, I find different sources and resources to like. I'm always learning. You know, as
yeah.
growing up, I had all my uncles, my dad, older cousins, and then in high school, I had weightlifting coaches who really helped me a lot, like because it was a class. And then as I got older, it was just speaking to other people, and then the generation we live in now, like people online. Like I watch a lot of um, people online, YouTube or social media that I get advice from or tips from or workouts from, like Mike O'Hearn, Kylie Muscle, CT Fletcher, Jeremy Buendia. Who are some
Right. Right.
people? Like I'm pretty sure you follow some and you
Oh yeah,
draw
definitely,
inspiration from
definitely.
some. Like who are some of these people for you?
Um, it's quite a few actually. For me,
Larnell.
well, right now.
It's Larnell.
For me, right now, I want to say my main um role model, so to speak, would probably be Jeff Nippard.
I've heard of
Uh,
him.
yeah, he's he's a natural pro bodybuilder. His stuff is all backed by science, you know, which is why I
Natural.
like. No.
No, yeah.
He's actually natural. Yeah. So yeah, I watch his videos. You know, Jeremy Bendia, of course, Christian Guzman, Russell Orhe, Matt Struning, the online coach. You know, just a bunch of these other guys. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but when I first got serious about working out, yeah, I was watching like, you know, CT Fletcher, Michael Sheed, and all them.
Yeah.
You know,
Six pack
um,
shortcuts. Mike Chan, you remember him?
Mike Chang, bro.
He's an
But he's an
OG at the
OG,
internet.
dude. That's an
The internet,
OG, bro.
bro. The internet online physical coaches. Mike Chen, six pack shortcuts. He's an OG, especially for the Asian people who had
Yep,
somebody to,
exactly. I was like,
bro.
hey, look, bro, like I'm half Chinese. I was like, so when I saw this both Chinese guy on there, I was like, yo, all right, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, this guy's legit. He has like 1 million subscribers, and I'm like, oh wow, he's an OG. I used to watch him too growing up.
No, but yeah, so a lot of the guys that I watch, you know, Christian Guzman especially, I watch
Mm-hmm.
his videos because, you know, he's a physique competitor as well. So just watching how his lifestyle is really helps give me motivation, you know, to keep going,
Mm-hmm.
you know, do what I want to do. And then Jeff Nipper has a lot of great information out there. He has a lot of books. I actually have one of his books also. You know, I was like,
Oh,
I
word?
bought that book. I was like, what's that?
No, yeah. I was
Oh,
like
yeah,
saying
that's
that's awesome.
one of his books. It's the Guide to Body Recomposition. You know, which for me is perfect for right now because it just talks about how you want to how you can build muscle and lose fat simultaneously.
Hmm.
There's a stigma we're saying that's impossible to do.
I disagree.
I 100% I disagree also. It's difficult, yes, but it's not
Hmm.
impossible. And
Definitely
his
not.
stuff, yep, definitely. And as I said, his stuff is all backed by science.
Hmm.
So yeah.
No, yeah, for me, like I dude, go ham, do whatever you got to do, whether it's going heavy or a lot of reps, and then just do cardio and watch your diet. It's not
Yep.
impossible. And like
It's not
it sounds
really not.
easy. It sounds easy verbally, but that's literally it. Like I remember when I was made the transition to like really take it seriously. Like my biggest thing, especially like being Filipino, growing up in Hawaii, is rice, and like that's the worst. It's like
That's the
carbs.
hardest
It's
thing to
carbs
give
and
up.
sugar. It's literally carbs and sugar, the two biggest things that contribute to fat. And so like I tried to I went on brown rice for a while and it kind of worked, but then I got to a point where it was pointless because I would load my plate with brown rice. So it's like I
Right,
might as
right.
well eat. And then I got so because I had no discipline, I just had to go cold turkey. And then I haven't eaten rice since 2015, bro. Like once in a while with curry or like a burrito or like in a
Like
poke bowl.
you don't eat rice at all.
At all, bro. At all.
Really?
Really, I promise to God. Like,
No, I'll give you props.
yeah, no, like for real. Like, I mean, if it's in a burrito or poke bowl or curry, if there's like a few grains on the piece of ahi or whatever, I'm not gonna like pick it off. I'll eat it. But like,
Right, right.
I don't. And then I had to do that, and I lost a lot of weight right off the bat. I think within a month or a few weeks, at least 15, 20 pounds. I was heavy. I was like 200 plus, and then. But then now that I got to a point where I work out so like I'm so dedicated to working out and I really care about my body and I try to maintain it and better it all the time. I feel like I could go back to eating rice and I'll still be okay with how my body looks and feels and how it performs. But I'm just so used to not eating rice now that I don't anymore. It's just. So for me, and
Right.
then soda, ice cream, candy, I had to just couldn't do it. I had no discipline. I got a
I
cold
I
turkey.
could do without soda, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't care for
But
soda too
it's pointless because I drink a lot of boba and like iced tea. It's like still sugar.
much. Hey,
Do you
carbs are carbs. Your body's gonna break it down somehow.
Yeah. And then I started do you fast? I started fasting too. I got into that a while ago.
So that's actually what I first did when I first started working out. That's how I lost so much weight.
Hmm.
In the beginning, was because I was doing intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
And then eventually I got to this the OMAD diet, that 1 meal a
Hmm.
day thing.
Yeah. Because when I first heard about it, I was I didn't really give it much thought. And then I just sat down and did my homework on it. And it's true. Like I'm a believer. Like a lot of times we eat not because we're hungry. We eat because we're bored. Like
Right, right,
if
exactly.
somebody hits you up, oh bro, you're free today? What are you doing? Instead of like going to the beach or like, oh, let's go eat. Like
Let's go eat. Yep.
yeah, you weren't even originally hungry, but you're like, yeah, sure, let's go. It's just bad for your wallet and your stomach. And then I think George St. Pierre, he said it on Joe Rogan's podcast when he was talking about intermittent fasting. It's like going back to like caveman days. Like who created this idea of 3 meals a day with snacks, with appetizers, with
Right.
dessert? Like back in the caveman days, like there were no fat cavemen if you think about it, because they ate when they could. They ate when they were able to hunt something or when they were able to gather something or fish for something. It's not like they had this prepped and they had a fridge with storage and a pantry with unhealthy snacks. It's like you ate when you had food. And that didn't
Right.
mean 3 times a day. That means if you caught like a pig in the middle of the day and that's your first meal in a day and a half, that's when you ate. I was like, oh dude, that makes so much sense. So I started fasting and then it just did. I that helped me keep weight off, and it was so much better for my wallet also. So
Yeah, I need to stop eating out.
that's where
Bro,
all
I'm
my
buying
checks
food
go.
every day almost. Fact, bro.
That's where all
Fact.
my checks go, especially with quarantine, dude. Like just Amazon's been stealing my checks and eBay and food. So are you taking like when you work out, do you have any post supplements specifically that you want to shout out or like acknowledge and thank, or do you kind of
Well,
just
no, yeah, of course, I
like
mean,
what do you
of
take
course,
actually?
um, like as a post workout.
Yeah.
Like if I'll do BCAs and creatine, while I'm working out or towards the end of my workout, and then of course, protein shake right after the
Hmm.
workout. You know, of course, I also got the pre-workout, multivitamins, omega 3s, all this and that, all the good stuff. You know, just keep it simple, just the basics.
Hmm. By the way, for those watching, Bryson used to work at Wahiwa GNC. So in our church and my grandma's house is in Wahiwa, so I always see him every Sunday.
Every
Dude,
Sundays, yeah.
I think they're closing now, bro.
They did close down.
They
They
closed
closed down
already? Oh,
because yeah,
that's so
I
sad.
actually helped close it. I actually
Oh,
helped
you
close
did?
it down. Yeah. So when during the first lockdown, um, I w- I was working the Perez GNC, and of
Hmm.
course, the malls had to shut down. So my district manager had me working Wahiwa GNC. Back
Oh,
back to the stomping grounds, I guess you would say. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. This is just for now. Nope. So we ended up closing it down uh, mid-August.
hmm.
The original plan was to close it down ending of August, but one day my district manager came in. He looked around. He's like, we didn't have much things left. We had like 2 walls of products, and that was it. He was like, "This is all you guys got left." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, we're shutting you guys down." I was like, "Okay." So that was like a little over a month ago. You know, um, and I'm not gonna say where I'm at now because yeah.
Man, I remember I remember you put me onto that one. Was it BCAs? That
Yeah. Yeah.
what brand is that?
The,
The green and black bottle?
it was the Beyond Raw.
Beyond Raw. This dude put me on Beyond Raw BCAs, gummy worm flavor. Dude, you have it right there. I hate you. No, is that gummy bear?
But this is
Gummy
the
worm?
icy lemonade actually.
That one's great also. This dude got me onto Beyond Raw's
Here's the gummy worm.
gummy worm. You have it. I hate you. And I haven't had that in a while. Anyways, this guy let me try it, which I didn't know what GNC does. You do samples at GNC. Anyways, this dude let me try it,
Well, see,
and it
I'll let you try
tasted.
mine straight from my
That's right.
tub.
Yeah, I tried some of his at the gym, and I didn't even care about the BCA. It tasted so good. I bought it just to drink, bro. I wasn't even working out.
Bro,
I'd be
this
at
shit is
work.
like juice.
I make it at work, and it's like water, bro. I don't even care what it's supposed to do for you. I just drink it to
Yep,
drink it.
I'll put some in my flask and drink it throughout the day.
It's delicious. And then
It
I
really
think
is.
because you also, I tried Ghost because they had like just
Yep.
the oddball flavors that I like. I tried Chips Ahoy, Sour Patch Kids. I was like, yo, what the heck?
And Ghost is one of my favorite brands, though. Not gonna lie.
No, their
Ghost is
flavors
pretty
are
up there.
unorthodox. Like they have different flavors. Like you think all these
But it's
brands over
good
the
though.
years, it is. It's really good. You would think all these brands over the years, they can like how many more different types of flavors can you repeat or turn into a supplement? But
Right,
it's like
right, exactly.
they come up with different stuff like Chips Ahoy with this chips of chocolate. And I was like, yo, this is delicious
And the
with milk.
protein, yep.
Oh,
The new one that just came out, nutted butter.
oh, bro, I love peanut butter. I
Yeah,
love
and
peanut butter.
it does have the cookies inside also, just like the Chips Ahoy.
Oh, no way.
Has the nutted butter cookies.
Wait, this is protein or like a BCA?
Protein.
Oh, dude, you shouldn't have told me that. I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Do it.
No, fact, like straight up, I'm gonna go tomorrow. What do you call that? Like even that, bro. I wouldn't even like. I would just do something real quick just to have an excuse to drink it, just because it tastes so good.
Right.
And then, like me, bro, I love peanut butter. I can eat it out the jar with a spoon, like
Same.
ice cream. Especially after I work out and I want like a nice protein snack, and I don't really want to eat. I'll just literally like chop a banana or two, mix some
Yep.
peanut butter and honey, throw it in there, boom. I'll just be sitting in front of a computer, just watching something, eating. So good. I love peanut butter.
What I used to do was I used to do almond milk, banana, peanut butter, and a scoop of protein.
Mm-hmm.
Blend it up and just drink it.
That's the go-to, bro. I used to work at Jamba Juice in high school. That was my first job ever. Was Jamba Juice.
Oh,
I still remember how to make like everything. Like that's one of the reasons I worked there. Like peanut butter mood, for example, I believe is like some kind of chocolate base, soy milk,
yeah.
banana, peanut butter, frozen yogurt, and that's it. Ice, that's it. Like, and I implement that when I make my shakes now. I literally just put my protein, like you said, milk, banana, peanut butter. I throw some honey in there. It's dangerous. I remember when I used to work there, if someone ordered something like a flavor that I love to drink, for example, if they order a large, or if they order
You
a
make it
small,
extra.
if they order a small, I make a large. As soon as they leave, I just
Dump the rest. Drink it.
Can I get a small orange dream, please? Large orange dream. Dude, it's so bad. I hope no one that I work with is watching it. I'd even bring in like my own protein. I'd bring Oreos. It's horrible, dude. I wanted to ask because I've been doing homework about it, and I've been watching videos. I've been asking people, do you do kettlebell work too? Have you ever gotten to
I
kettlebells?
I have not, no. But I mean, well, my coach, when I'm on prep, he will have me, work out with kettlebells.
Hmm.
And he'll tell me what to do. But other than that, I don't, you know, personally do it myself.
Hmm. I've always seen them, and I've always seen them used, and I never really gave them much thought. And then lately, like I've been intrigued, so I want to just try it. There's something about like I've done a few workouts with them, just the basic swing. There's something about
Right.
just the placement, how the weight's dispersed. It's like here, it's not spread out for on your grip. It's like
It's
in
right,
one
right.
spot. So
Compared to a
whatever.
dumbbell.
Hmm. And then like yeah, supposedly it's like better for your joints or stuff like that. But yeah, man, I thought Hawaii would have opened up by now. I mean, it did. We're slowly starting to. I just thought gyms would have been open by now because
You know what's funny is that,
the malls
you know,
were
as,
open
as
and.
right. How I said, I haven't been to the gym since February.
Mhm.
So back in August, I had to update my credit card information for the gym, right? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. A couple weeks after that, I'm gonna, get back into the gym. That never happened because the second shutdown happened.
Oh geez, perfect timing, yeah.
I was like, right, exactly. I was like, damn.
Yeah, man. I mean, like when it opened up, when the state opened up for a bit, just because my grandma and my mom are high risk, I tried not to go to the gym. I
No, yeah,
really just
exactly. That's
yeah, just
exactly.
out of respect and feeling responsible. So on days where it's like shoulder or cardio or like arms or whatever, I do it at home. But on days where I needed weight in certain machines like chest with the flies or legs, and I'd go and just be in and out. But like yeah, I
Exactly.
try.
No, that
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I haven't gone to the gym either. Because I still live with my mom also.
Hmm.
I don't want to be the one to bring it home. If
Yeah.
if I live by myself, whatever, I don't care. I can quarantine for 2 weeks.
Hmm.
But I don't live by myself.
Yeah.
So
Like if I get them sick, I don't need that on my conscience. Like this,
exactly,
I'll
exactly.
be responsible. Like yeah, I didn't. Yeah. But I mean, I'm glad how UFC. I'm a, I was really grateful how UFC did it. I know a lot of people. I saw a lot of new faces, and I think they were like transfers from 24s and Powerhouse because like
Right,
I
right.
know you had to set up an appointment. First of all, you have like a
For
what is it,
24s, yeah.
45
An,
to an hour time limit.
an hour, yeah.
I was like, dude, I can't. If I'm hitting chest, for example, I,
We
I
need more than an hour.
bro, like 1 hour
No,
is just bench, and then I got like
just
the
yeah,
flies and
that's just
stuff after.
benching. Exactly.
I
And
got the
tricep.
I got the flies and the triceps after. I can't. No, I was like, so I was really impressed at how UFC just, you know what, everyone just be responsible, just get in, do what you gotta do, get out. There's no time
Of course,
limits.
there was limiting how many people were in there at a time, though. Of
Hmm.
course.
Like
So that's
machines were
good.
spaced out. That was cool.
Yeah.
I appreciated that. Always had like staff wiping down, and I feel like people at UFC are kind of. I'm just being biased, of course, but like they're responsible. Like I've
Yeah.
I've hardly encountered anyone or like seen anybody not clean up before or after, even before COVID. So that was always something I
Eh,
appreciated. And maybe I say
there's
that
a
loosely.
few. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I don't want to keep you too long, man. So before I let you go, I just want to ask um, what you would say to anybody who um, wants to is already like has a fitness journey going, but wants to get into competing in bodybuilding, because there is a difference. We're just working out to work out
Yeah.
and to maintain health and to maintain your body, and then switching gears into actually competing and getting ready for a show. You man, like I respect you so much from where you came from, why you started doing it, and to where you are now. So just for the people who want to start and want to hear it from someone who experienced all of that firsthand, and you've placed first in competitions and you've totally transformed your body, and it's something that you cannot live without, what better person to ask for in terms of perspective? So just let somebody know who's hearing this, who wants to make this change in their life or take this next challenge or goal in terms of bodybuilding and competing.
Best thing I can tell anyone is, follow your dreams. You only live once. Do it.
Mhm.
It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of hard work, but the adrenaline rush is amazing. So yeah, just go for it. Who cares what anyone says? If it's a goal of yours, do it. And the best advice I can give you: get a coach. Definitely get a coach. It helps
That's
a
a good
lot.
one. That's a good one. I feel like a lot of people, especially when it comes to like your body, sometimes
Yeah,
you feel like you know what's best, and but sometimes it's not necessarily you got somebody taking taking the wheel. It's just insight here and there
it's
helps. You
always
know.
good to have an extra eye.
Hmm.
You know,
Definitely, like an outside eye.
right? Exactly. I mean, yeah, I can compete on my own. I have the knowledge, but it's best, to always have someone else there. You know,
Hmm.
to who can see the things that you can't.
Yeah,
So I'm always gonna have a coach regardless.
yeah,
So
because
yeah,
you can learn and take information from anybody, anywhere, and like anything could be a beneficial source of information or help and insight. And you'll never improve if you're only getting information from yourself or from one source. Like it's always good to be humble. You know, that's how you grow. You
right.
know,
Exactly.
man,
But yeah,
I respect you guys a lot more now that I know some of you personally, and I see you guys every day grinding, going hard, and what you put your bodies through, and then just what it takes building up and the emotions going into it. And yeah, man, I just because that was a whole world that I knew about because of Arnold and all that, but I was just in the gym to be in the gym for myself, and then just diving into that world more, learning more about it, having friends that do it. I respect you guys a lot more now. And you have plans to compete again? Soon as all this
I
is
do have.
over, of course.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Because I actually had plans to compete this year.
Right,
But of course that never happened. I
right,
was I
right.
was already on prep for it. And I was already down 20 pounds getting ready, and then
Hmm.
COVID hit. So hopefully next year I can get back on stage. You know, um, try to just get back into it because as I said, it's a lot of fun. You know,
Yeah,
going through 4 months of torture for 2 minutes of glory, worth it, 100% worth it.
especially when you get a trophy just as tall as you.
I was just about to say that I need another trophy. It's getting kind of dusty over there.
Hey man, you always have my support. Maybe one day I'll catch a show in person. I look up to you and I respect you a lot, bro. Thank you so much again for doing this.
All
Um,
right, brother.
I appreciate you, man. You stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay big. Hopefully, when the gym opens back up, I'll see you soon. And
Definitely.
yeah, man, you take care. God bless. Love you, bro.
You
Have
do
a
the
good one.
same. Love you too, bro. Stay
Thank you,
safe.
man. Easy.
Shoot.